Good morning. Good morning, yogis. Welcome. We are going to start on our backs today. So we're going to start with some core front and back. So let's go ahead and start on your back on the mat, please. Hi, Frida. Good morning. We are going to start on our backs this morning. So if you happen to have a strap, go ahead and grab it. The strap looks kind of like this. We're going to stretch out the back of the legs at some point. If you don't have a strap, you can just grab a towel too. So like a nice long towel. Don't make it a thick one. This is so that you can loop it around your leg. But if you don't have it, it's okay. Just a little bit easier with the strap or the towel. And then let's go ahead and start on our backs. And as you come in your back, please lay down with your feet flat on the floor and bend the knees. And then have your arms out to the side, palms are open towards the sky. And as you exhale, begin to press your feet down, and with your inhalation, lift your hips up and exhale, lower down. Let's just warm up the spine just a little bit at a time. And we'll get into the core exercises in a minute. Inhaling, lifting the hips up, and exhaling, lower down. And inhaling, lift up, and exhale, lower down. And just go with your own breath. Inhale, lift the hips up, and as you exhale, lower down. And one more time, please. Inhale, lift the hips up, pause here, and then scoot your right shoulder underneath your lungs, and then the left shoulder underneath the lungs. And then just do little pulses up towards the sky. So lift the hips up. This is so good for the back muscles. Lifting up, press through the bottom of your feet and press. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. And hold it here. And then shift your weight onto your heels and pick up your toes. See if you can pick up all 10 toes off the ground. And lower the toes down, and then pick up the heels off the ground. And then rock back and forth just like this on your feet. So bring the heels down, pick up the toes up, bring the toes down, pick the heels up. And a few more times. Inhale, drop the heels down, pick the toes up, drop the toes down, pick the heels up. And one more time, please. Inhaling, lifting the toes up, lower the toes down, lift the heels up. And then as you pause here, lower the left heel down, keep the right heel up, and lift the left heel up, bring the right heel down, and alternate side to side. And try and do it so your hips don't really move. All you're doing is lifting one heel up and then the other heel up. And 3 more, lift up, and 2 more, lift up, and last one, lift up, and then lower everything down, lower your hips down, and then lower the heels down. And then take your feet really wide apart from each other. So if you're on your mat, your feet are going to be mat width apart. And drop the right knee down to the floor. Keep the left knee straight up towards the sky. Feel the stretch on the IT band, maybe a little bit on that psoas muscle. And then pick up the right knee. So now the right knee is facing up towards the sky, and drop the left knee down. Your left knee may not touch the floor, that's okay, but really just feel the nice stretch on the outside of that left hip. And then bring that left knee back. Keep the left knee exactly where it is. Drop the right knee down. Take the right knee up, bring the left knee down. It's like you're windshield wipering your knee side to side, but nice and slow. and drop the right knee down. Keep the left knee up, then take the right knee up, drop the left knee down. And then hold here for a moment. And as you hold here, you can stay here, or if you want a little bit deeper stretch, and deeper is not always better, but if you want a little bit deeper stretch, you take the outside of that right ankle and gently place it on top of the left thigh. And that just gives you additional weight on that left leg so that the left knee is now melting towards the floor. Be very, very gentle. Our backs are not warmed up. So make sure that you're not pressing too much down onto the floor. And then take that right foot back down on the floor, bring the left knee up, drop the right knee down on the floor, and then pause here. And as you stay here, just begin to let that right psoas muscle, the right IT band stretch out just a little bit. Inhale. If you like to go a little bit deeper, you pick up that left ankle and put it on top of the right thigh, and just a gentle stretch. So make sure you're not putting too much weight. And if you ever feel any tension in the low back, you come out of the pose. And take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, place the left foot down, bring the right knee back up to the center. Walk your feet in a little bit closer to each other so they're hip width apart. Draw your right knee towards your chest. Interlace the fingers behind the hamstring and then point the toes up towards the sky. And as you point the toes towards the sky, see if you can press your hamstrings into your hands, into your interlaced fingers. And then flex the foot, bend the knee, draw the knee to your chest, and then point the toes, straighten the leg, and press your hamstring into your interlaced fingers. Flex the foot, drop the knee down to your chest, and inhale, point the toes and stretch it up. Exhale, bend the knee, drop the knee to your chest, flex the foot. Inhale, point the toes and reach the toes all the way up towards the sky, and then pause here. If you like to, you can extend that left leg straight, so both legs are straight. And then just point and flex that right foot. Point the toes up towards the sky and flex the toes down towards your forehead. Inhaling, pointing the toes, exhaling, flexing the foot. Inhale, point. Exhale, flex, and last time, inhaling, point, exhaling, flex. Now pause here. Now this is where having a little strap would be helpful. If you don't have a strap, you know, like a yoga strap like this, you can always just use a towel. And take the towel, you can kind of slide the towel, hold on to the outer edges of your towel, and take it all the way up to your ankle. If you have available, if it's available to you, you can take it to the ball of your foot. And as you do, flex the toes and gently, very, very gentle, begin to bring that the right toes towards your forehead. That right knee can stay flexed the whole time. So it doesn't have to be straight. In fact, I don't want you to straighten the right knee. Keep a slight flexion of that right knee, and then gently guide that right leg towards your chest. And just pause here for a moment. Can you really lengthen the left leg too? So straighten that left leg, press the left heel away from the hips, and create length on both legs. Take a nice deep inhalation, exhale. Go ahead and switch both ends of your towel or strap to your left hand. Take your right hand out to the right. And then as you stay here, just turn your right toes towards your left shoulder. So you're not going all the way across. You're just going to turn the right toes towards the left shoulder and just gently take that right leg just a little bit towards your midline of the body. So you're not going way down, okay? Make sure that you're not going all the way down. Just stay up here for a moment. Flex the foot though, flex that right ankle as much as you can. And lift that right heel up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in here. Exhale. Inhale, come back to the center. And then release that right foot. Bring the right knee to your chest. Squeeze it in tight. And then put that right foot flat on the floor. Inhale, draw the left knee towards your chest. Interlace the fingers behind the hamstring, left hamstring. Point the toes and slowly begin to straighten the left knee. Flex the foot, exhale, bring the knee to your chest. Inhale, point the toes, straighten the left knee. Each time you straighten the left knee, press your hamstrings into your hands. Exhale, flex the foot and drop the knee down. Inhaling, pointing the toes and straighten the leg. Exhale, flex the foot and draw the knee to your chest. And one more time, please. Inhaling, pointing the toes, straighten the leg, press your hamstring into your hands. Exhale, flex the foot, bend the knee. And then this time, as you straighten the leg, pause there, press your hamstring into your hands, and then just point and flex the toes. Point it up towards the sky and flex the foot towards your forehead. Point up and flex and point and flex and point and flex. Our ankles love these kind of movements, and they're loving you right now for doing this. Really wakes up all the muscles in the ankles. And then next time your toes are pointed, pause there for a moment, flex the foot, bring the knee to your chest, and then grab your strap or your towel. Take the towel or strap behind your hamstring, or maybe you can take it up to your calf. Maybe it's available, if it's available, take it to the ball of that left foot. And then just very, very, very gently begin to draw that left knee, left thigh a little bit closer to your chest. If you like to, you can extend that right leg flat, flex the right foot. Keep that, if the right leg is stretched out, make sure that the right leg is really strong. So it's not just hanging out there. You want to press the heel away. And then lift the left heel up towards the sky as you gently begin to guide that left knee closer to your chest. And just feel the nice stretch in the hamstrings. It feels so good to open up that whole posterior chain of your legs. Inhaling and exhale. Excuse me. And then grab both ends of your strap or towel with your right hand. Take your left arm out to the side. Turn your toes towards your right shoulder. And gently begin to take the left leg just to the midline of the body. So you're not going too far into a twist. In fact, your left hip stays down on the floor the whole time. All you're doing is just stretching out the IT band on that left leg. Take the left toes towards the shoulder as the heel, that left heel, lifts up towards the sky. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale, soften the shoulders and the jaws. And then inhale, come all the way back to the center. Release your strap to the side. Take that left knee to your chest. Squeeze the left knee in. And then you can place that left foot flat on the floor. Right foot flat on the floor. Press through the bottom of both feet. Inhale, lift the hips all the way up. And this time, take your arms overhead. Bring the back of your hands on the floor. And then we're going to do some more dynamic movements here. So as you lower the hips down, bring the left hand down on the floor next to you. So the right arm reaches up. Inhale, lift the hips up. Take both arms overhead. Exhale, lower the hips and right arm comes down. Alternating side to side. Inhaling, lifting the hips up, both arms reach above your head. Exhale, lower the hips down and lower the left arm down. One more time. Inhaling, lifting the hips up, reach overhead with both arms. Exhale, lower the hips down and lower the right arm down. Now we're gonna add your head to this. Inhale, lift the hips up, lift both arms up. Exhale, lower the left arm down, lower the hips down, and take your gaze over to the left shoulder. Inhale, take your gaze up towards the sky, lift the hips up as you lift the left arm up. Exhale, lower the hips down, lower the hand down, right arm down, and take your gaze over to the right shoulder. Inhaling, the hips come up, reach the fingertips up, gaze up to your ceiling. Exhale, lower the hips down, lower the left arm down, gaze goes over the left shoulder. Inhale, lift the hips up, gaze to the ceiling, left arm goes up. Exhale, lower the hips down, lower the right arm, gaze to the right. And one more time on both sides. Inhaling, lifting the hips up, gaze to the ceiling. Exhale, lower the left arm down, hips come down, gaze to the left. And inhale, gaze is up, lift the hips up, left arm up. Exhale, lower the right arm down, your hips come down and gaze to the right. And then this time, as you lift the hips up, take both arms above your head, bring the elbows, bring the arms next to you so that your arms are like robot arms. Press the triceps down as you lift the hips up just a little bit more. Inhale and exhale. We slowly begin to lower down one vertebrae at a time, and then windshield wiper your knees side to side. And as you're ready, roll over to one side, press yourself all the way up to a comfortable seat. And then as you come up to your seat, you can always sit on a blanket or a block if you like to. Take your left shin in front of the right shin so you're sitting cross-legged. And I always like to sit on a blanket because it just makes it a little bit more accessible. If your knees are way up, you can put blocks under your knees, but just make yourself comfortable. Take your right hand to the outside of that right thigh. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up, and exhale, fold over to the right. And then stay here for a moment. And what I'm gonna ask you to do, getting warmed up here. As you stay to the right for a moment, I'm gonna have you actually bring that left shoulder down. So normally I have you just do a side stretch. This time I'm gonna ask you to bring that left shoulder down and bring the left elbow towards the top of that right knee, tap. And inhale, open the arm out behind you. Take your gaze to your fingertips back behind you. Exhale, take that right arm all the way over, tap your elbow to the knee. And inhale, open the heart, open the chest, and take your gaze back to the back wall. And move through this with your own breath. Exhaling, contract, bring the elbow down. So now you're using the abdominal muscles on that right side. And inhale, open the heart and reach back behind you. Last time, please. Exhale, bring the elbow to your right knee and tap. And inhale, open the heart, open the chest, reach back behind you. And then lower the hand all the way down to the floor. Reach the right arm all the way up. Inhale. As you exhale, round the upper back, bring the elbow to the knee, tap. And then your inhalation is going to reach back behind you. Take your gaze to the back wall. Exhaling, bring the knee to your left knee and tap. Bring the elbow to your left knee and tap. And inhale, open. Exhale, elbow comes to the opposite knee and you tap and open all the way out and take your gaze back behind you. One more time. Inhale here. As you exhale, bring the elbow down and tap. And this time all the way around. And as you reach back behind you, just lower that right arm next to you to a seat. Inhaling, left arm reaches. And then reach the right arm up. Interlace the fingers, turn the palms away from the top of your head. Reach the palms away from the top of your head. Excuse me, I have something in my throat this morning. And then take your arms over to the right. Stretch out that left side. Inhale, come back to the center. Reach your arms over to the left and stretch it out. Inhale, back to the center and stretch out the right, left side. And inhale to the center, stretch out the right. And one more time, inhale, side to side. And then this time, as you come back to the center, bring your hands in front. Take a nice deep breath in. And as you exhale, round the back, push the hands away. Imagine you're standing in front of a wall and you're pressing the wall away. Round the back, tuck your chin, tuck the tailbone. Inhale, lift the heart up, drop your shoulders down. Lift the chest up, sternum lifts. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back. So we're doing cat-cows in a seated position. Inhaling, the chest lifts. Exhaling, press the hands away. One more time, please. Inhale and exhale. And then this time, as you come back to the center, release your arms down, shake your arms out. One more time, inhale. Lift the arms to goalpost, okay? So notice that my shoulders and elbows are in the same line. And you do that by softening the shoulders, right? So the shoulders want to come up here, so the elbows come up. Can you instead soften the shoulders down, and that naturally lifts the elbows up. Pause here, turn the palms to the front. Inhale. As you exhale, slowly begin to rotate the palms down behind you. Inhaling, lift the hand up so palms are facing to the front. And exhale, press as if you're pressing through the mud, pressing the hands back. Inhaling, lift the heart up, shoulders stay away from the ears. Exhale, press and press the back wall behind you. This is so good for the rotator cuff. Inhale and exhale. Rotator cuff are these stabilizer muscles in your shoulders. So the shoulders are really vulnerable and we can easily dislocate them. And these strengthen all those muscles that keeps the shoulders healthy and keeps them from dislocation. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, press one more time. Inhale, lift and pause here. And then as you reach back behind you, imagine you have a pencil between the shoulders. Squeeze that pencil and exhale. Bring your elbows together to touch. Bring your hands together. Inhale, open the arms out behind you. Keep the shoulders away from the ears. Lift the elbows up a little bit higher. And exhale, bring the elbows to touch. Inhale, open the arms out to the side. Squeeze that imaginary pencil in between the shoulder blades. Exhale, bring the hands together. Forearms and hands touch. One more time. Inhale, open. Breathe into your heart. Exhale, bring the hands together. Elbows and forearms touch and pause. Stay here. Lift the fingertips up as you lower the shoulders down. And then just slide your arms over to the right so that you're almost like playing peekaboo. Imagine you're playing a peekaboo with a grandchild. Bring your hands back to the center and exhale. Take your elbows over to the left. And peekaboo on this side, and then bring it back to the center, elbows to the right, and back to the center. So you're not rotating the torso, you're just moving the elbows out. So make sure you're not doing a twist this way. Your torso stays pretty stationary. All you're doing is moving the elbows towards the left knee and then back to the center and towards the right knee. One more time, notice if the elbows drop, lift the elbows up so that it's shoulder width height, back to the center. And last one, back to the center. Beautiful. Lower the arms down, shake the arms out. Cross that right shin on top, right foot on top. So you're sitting with the right knee up towards the sky. The left knee is down on the floor. I'll do it the other way, so I'm mirroring you. Okay, so the left knee is on the floor, the right knee is up on the pointing up towards the sky. Have your hands right next to you. Inhale, reach the left arm all the way up, and exhale, fold over to the right. Pause here, and then take your left elbow to the outside of that right knee, and then stay here. So right now my back is rounded. I want to press my elbow into my knee and lengthen my back. You notice how I did that? As I press my elbow into my knee, I can use that traction and lengthen my back. Bring your hands together and into prayer pose, and then you can take your gaze over to the right. Take a nice deep breath in, deep twist. These twists are wonderful for the internal organs. Kind of actually brings out the internal organs, and then once you come out of the twist, all these fresh fluids rush into those areas. You can also feel a nice stretch in the upper thoracic spine, the upper back. Release the right hand down, lift the left arm all the way up, inhale, and exhale, lower the left hand down, and then switch legs. So this time the right knee is on the floor, the left foot is on the outside of that right knee, the left knee is up towards the sky. Take your left hand right next to you, inhale, reach the right arm all the way up. Inhale, as you exhale, bring the elbow to the outside of that left knee. And then as you do, press your knee into your elbow, elbow into the knee, and that allows you to lift the sternum up. So you're lengthening the spine as you're twisting. Inhale, if you can, bring your left hand on top of the right hand and use that traction. Press your hands against each other, and that allows you to go into a nice twist. You can take your gaze over to the left if you like to. Inhale, lift the heart up, exhale into your twist. And feel that stretch in the upper back, in the thoracic spine. Inhale and exhale. Beautiful. And then lower the left hand down, lift the right arm all the way up, exhale to the side. Come all the way to tabletop pose, please. And as you find your tabletop pose, pat under your knees, because we're going to be here for a little bit. So make sure your knees are nice and comfortable. Your hands go on the floor in your figure on your tabletop pose on all fours. As you inhale, take that right leg back behind you and pause here. Can you turn the right toes down and the right knee down? So that right hip needs to come down a little bit. And then bend the right knee, okay? So as you bend the right knee, see if you can reach the left fingertips forward. Now our tendency is to kind of dump into the low back, and you pull the belly in. So you almost have a neutral spine. Your back is not 100% flat, but really engage the core, lift the left arm in front. Inhale. Reach the right leg back behind you. As you exhale, bend that right knee and bring the left elbow out to the side. Inhaling, reach, left fingertips forward, right heel reaches back. Exhale, bend the right knee and bring the left arm out to goal post. Inhale, reach the right heel back, left fingertips forward. Exhale, bend the right knee So really use the hamstring and the glutes on that right side. Elbow out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Each time you bring the elbow out to the side, imagine you're doing a pull-up. So really use all this butt muscles, latissimus dorsi on your side as huge muscles on your back, strong muscles. Pull it in. Inhale and exhale. Last time. Inhale, reach and exhale, bend and then pause here. As you lift the right heel up towards the sky, can you lift the chest up just a little bit more? Squeeze the right buttocks and then lower the right knee down, bring the left hand down. Inhale, lift the heart up, send the tailbone up towards the sky into cow pose. Exhale, pull the belly around the back, tuck the chin and tuck the tailbone into cow pose. And then come back to neutral spine. Establish your core first. So really engage the core. Your back is slightly in a neutral position. So it's not all the way flat, but there is a curvature on your lower lumbar spine. Take your left leg back behind you, flex the foot, and then notice the tendency is to want to open that hip. Can you roll it square down towards the floor? Flex the foot, flex the toes, flex the knee, or keep the knee down towards the floor, and then see if you can reach the right arm in front. Your right hand faces the midline of the body. Bend the right knee, inhale, and then as you exhale, bring the elbow out to the side into goat pose. Inhale, reach both the hand and the heel away from you. Exhale, bend the knee and bring the arm out to the side into goat pose. Inhale, straighten the leg, reach that heel away from your hips as the fingertips reach forward. Exhale, bend the elbow, bend the knee. Inhaling, reach, and exhaling, bend the elbows. Really use the hamstring and the buttocks in your left leg to squeeze that knee, to squeeze the heel closer to your hip. Inhale and exhale. And last one, please. Inhaling, reach, and exhaling, pause here. Now, can you lift that left heel a little bit higher towards the ceiling? Lift the heart up a little bit higher towards the ceiling. Inhale here, squeeze that left cheek a little bit more, and then exhale, lower the left knee down, lower the right hand down. Inhale, lift the heart up. Exhale, pull the belly in, round the back. Inhale, lift the heart up once again. And then exhale, take that right leg back behind you again and step your right foot in between your hands. So you can just kind of scoot your right foot up a little bit higher and a little bit closer to the top of your mat. And then as you come up to your fingertips, let that left hip melt towards the floor. So come forward just a little bit deeper into that low lunge. And as you exhale, take your hips back to the heel. So we're going to stay in this half split for just a moment. Flex the right toes. We already stretched out quite a bit in our hamstring, but I want you to really feel it in this pose. Maybe even begin to glide your right heel a little bit further away from the hip. And then as that right hip wants to come forward, can you guide that right hip back and let that left hip move forward instead. Keep lifting the heart up as you flex the foot. Maybe take your left hand to your right toes and gently flex the toes up towards the sky so you get a really deep stretch in the calf muscles. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then maybe you can take your left hand all the way to the outside of that right leg. So both hands are now outside of the right leg and you're really leaning back. Move that right hip back. Inhale. And exhale. And then come back to the center. Bend that right knee a little bit deeper. Again, come back into your low lunge. and then walk your fingertips to the left. So I'm kind of in a diagonal with my torso. My hands are pressing down as if I'm in a downward facing dog. If it feels good, and if you like to try, maybe if you like to go into a deeper stretch, you can bring your left elbow down and reach the right fingertips away from your hip. Nice and easy, just really lean into that right hip, feel the stretch in the right outer hip in the piriformis area, maybe even some stretch in the side. Inhale here. Exhale, slowly begin to press yourself back up, come back to the center, come back into your low lunge, and then take that right foot back behind you, back into your tabletop pose. Inhale, lift the left leg up. Exhale, take the left foot and step it right in between your hands. Inhale, come forward just a little bit. So you let that left hip melt towards the floor a little bit. And as you exhale, take your hips back to your right heel and flex the left toes. And as you flex the left toes, you can take your right hand to your left toes and gently begin to guide the toes up towards the sky. But see that you're lifting the heart up, and notice that you can actually allow that left hip to go back and up. The more you do that, the deeper stretch it becomes on your hamstring. Inhale, lift the chest up just a little bit more into your half split Ardha Hanumanasana. Exhale. Feel this stretch. This is such a good stretch for your calves, Achilles tendon. And then take your hands all the way to the outside of that left leg. Inhale, lift, and exhale, you can fold a little bit deeper. So one of the reasons a lot of people hurt themselves in the Achilles tendon and calf is because everything becomes really tight back here, right? So there's no flexibility, and then they just go on a ski trip or on a hike or on a basketball court, and before you know it, they tear a muscle or they hurt themselves because that flexibility, especially in the Achilles tendon, is being dismissed. So we don't want that. We want to keep everything supple and flexible. And then walk your hands all the way back to the center. Bend that left knee, bring the left toes down, come back into your low lunge. Then you can walk your hands all the way over to the right if you like to. So your hands are pressing the earth away, like you're in a low lunge, like you're in a downward facing dog. And then lean onto that left side. If it feels good, you can stay here. If you already feel it in that left hip, you can stay here. If you want a little bit more, you can bend your right elbow and bring your right elbow down. And then walk the left fingertips away from the hip and then stretch out that entire left side. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. Drop the head down, let it go. Inhaling. Exhaling. And then your next inhalation, you're going to come all the way back to the center. Take your left leg back behind you, come back on your knees. Inhale, lift the heart up, send the tailbone up towards the sky. Exhale, pull the belly and round the back. And then keep your knees exactly where they are. And all you're going to do is walk your fingertips all the way forward. So you come into what's called the puppy pose, right? So the puppy pose is different from child's pose. Your arms are really strong. Your elbows are lifted off the ground. And you're just bringing your forehead down towards the floor. The hips are lifted up towards the sky. So you're not leaning the hips back. This is child's pose. puppy pose, the hips are lifted up and you're pressing through the base of all 10 fingers, or you can come up on your fingertips. But let the chest melt is such a great stretch for your upper back and upper arms and the chest. Inhale. And exhale, let the heart melt just a little bit more closer to the ground, to the mat. Great stretch for the armpits. Inhaling and exhaling, and then walk your hands all the way back to tabletop pose. With your inhalation, reach your right arm out to the side. Keep your gaze to your left fingertips. And as you exhale, thread that right arm underneath the body and bring your right shoulder on the right ear and the right jaws on the floor. So you can stay here. This is so good for the stretch across the rhomboids on your upper back. Or you can take your left fingertips away from the head and just move it right up there. Or you can bend that left elbow and put your left hand, the back of your left hand on your low back. Whatever you want to do, see that you're actually creating a little bit of a twist on your upper back. So not so much your low back. Maybe you can keep your weight equally distributed on your knees so that the stretch is only happening on your thoracic spine. Take a nice deep breath in, exhale, let all the tension from your shoulders melt away. Let all the tensions move. Inhaling and exhaling, and then your next inhalation is going to bring you all the way back to the center. If you want to pause at any of these poses, feel free to do that. Sometimes you just want to stay in a pose for a little bit longer. If not, you can move with me a little bit more. So taking the left arm out to the side, keep your gaze to your right fingertips. And as you exhale, take your left arm underneath the body and bring your left shoulder and left ear and the left jaws down on the floor. Your right fingertips can reach above your head if you like to, or you can bend the elbow and bring the back of your right hand on your back. But notice that you can keep your weight equally distributed on both knees. So you're not leaning too much to the right or to the left. Let the thoracic spine do the twisting instead of the lumbar. Take a nice deep breath in. Feel yourself getting more relaxed with each exhalation. This is one of the best ways to stretch out the neck and the upper shoulders, the trapezius muscles. Inhale here and exhale. One more time, please. Nice inhalation, long exhalation, and then gently begin to come out of the pose, come all the way up, and stand on your knees, please. Make sure your knees are padded, so you're not hurting your knees too much, but have your knees directly underneath your hips. So knees are hip width apart. Inhale, take your right leg out to the side, and then reach the left arm all the way up, and exhale, fold over to the right. And stay here in your gate pose. Inhale. As you exhale, bring the left hand all the way down, lift the right leg up and reach the right arm up. Exhale, bring the right foot down and reach the left arm up into gate pose. And then switch sides. Right leg hovers, right arm reaches. Exhale, left leg comes down, right arm reaches, and switch sides one more time. Inhaling, lift it up into the Ardha Chandra variation, and exhale into gate pose. Now pause here. Now, the thing we did at the beginning of the class where I had you round your back, do the same thing and reach your left fingertips towards your right toes. Maybe you can come down and touch your right toes. Inhale. And exhale. Your inhalation is going to bring you all the way back to the center. Bring that right knee back down and take your left leg out to the side. Inhale, reach your right arm up into gate pose overhead. And then exhale, bring your right hand down, reach the left fingertips up and lift the left leg up. Exhale, do the opposite into gate pose, go into gate pose, inhale. Exhale, right hand comes down, left arm reaches as the left leg covers. Lower the left leg down and switch. Inhale and exhale. And one more time, inhale back into your gate pose and exhale into your Ardha Chandra on your knees. And then this time as you come into gate pose, pause here, inhale, begin to round your upper back and reach your right fingertips towards your left toes. And stay here for a moment, inhale and exhale. And then reach your fingertips all the way back up. Come back, bring that left knee in. And you're gonna come all the way down on your back. Come on your back, please. Pick up your feet off the ground. Have your knees and your feet be touching. So you're squeezing the knees together, you're squeezing the feet together. Your feet are the same height as your knees, and knees are 90-degree angle, your hips are 90-degree angles. Take your left hand behind your head and begin to reach the right fingertips towards your left heel. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, lift the head and shoulders up and see if you can glide your right forearm on your left thigh. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift up. So your right fingertips lift towards your left. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Your left elbow stays on the floor the whole time. Inhale and exhale. So press through the back of your left arm, your left elbow to lift yourself up. Inhale, lower. Exhale, reach. Inhale, lower. Exhale, reach. Inhale and exhale. Pause here. As you pause here, take your right leg up towards the sky. Keep that left knee bent and then keep reaching. Maybe you like to lower that right leg out, down a little bit towards the floor. So maybe you're hovering about a foot off the ground. Inhale and then exhale. Lift that right leg up. Lower the right leg down and lift it up. Flex the foot, lower it down, point the toe and lift. Flex the foot lower, point the toe and lift. Last time. Flex the foot lower, point the toe and lift. And then release all the way down. Bend that right knee. Take your right hand behind your head. Elbow stays on the floor, your right elbow is on the floor. Lift the left arm up, reach across your body towards your right heel. Flex the foot, inhale. And as you exhale, glide that left forearm on the outside of that right. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift and reach towards your right heel. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. One more time. Inhale and exhale. Pause and then straighten the left leg. Take a nice deep breath in. Lower the left leg down. Inhale Exhale, point the toes and lift. Flex the foot and lower down. Inhale, exhale, point the toes and lift. Exhale, flex, lower. Inhale, point and lift. One more time. Exhale, flex and inhale, lift. Very nice. And then come back to the center. Draw both knees towards your chest. Place your feet down. Let your knees open wide to the side so the bottom of your feet are towards each other. Take your arms overhead. Inhale, bring your hands together. Reach the palms overhead. Inhale. As you exhale, begin to lift up and reach your fingertips towards your heels. Inhaling, reach back behind you, reach up. Exhale, nice and slow. Contract the abs. So really using the abdominal muscles to lift up. Inhale, reach back behind you, stretch it up. Exhale, lift the head and shoulders up and reach your fingertips towards your heels. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, lift. Inhale, reach back. Stretch it up first and exhale, contract the abdominal muscles and lift. One more time. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, lift up and pause. And then little pulses up and you got 10. This is last one. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Good job. Come all the way down. Bring your knees together. Windshield wiper your knees side to side. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhale. And then gently drop your knees to one side. Stretch it out. Take your arms out to the side into your twist. Close your eyes. Nice deep breath in. And take your knees all the way over to the left and stretch it out, or whichever side you're doing. Stretch out the abdominal muscles that you worked so hard. And then come back to the center. Again, put your feet wide apart from each other. Drop that left knee down towards the floor as the right knee stays up. Notice if you created more space, maybe there's a little bit more opening, maybe you feel less tension in that left hip. Take the left leg up to the sky, drop the right knee down, feel the stretch. And then bring both knees up to your chest. Take a nice deep breath in. As you exhale, draw the knees to your chest. Give your knees a tight squeeze. And then extend both legs straight up towards the sky. And just gently begin to bring your legs towards your belly. So it's not quite plow. Your toes are still hovering off the ground. So the toes are not going overhead. But a nice stretch, if you draw the knees closer to your chest, you feel the stretch in your low back. Let your hips come off the ground, just a deep, deep stretch. We really worked your core today, so stretching out that area in your low back is lovely right now. Inhale. And then exhale, grab the outside edges of your feet, come into your happy baby pose. Straighten the left leg, bend the right knee, straighten the right leg, bend the left knee. Maybe you want to just rock your happy baby side to side. And then as you're ready, come into your final pose, Shavasana. So extend the legs straight out on the floor, let your palms be open. Close your eyes for a few moments, just a few moments to really allow yourself, your body to integrate what happened. Soften your jaw, soften the forehead. Take any squint out of the corners of your eyes. Open and close your jaws to make sure your jaws are nice and soft, no tension. So my favorite all-time quote is by Viktor Frankl, who says, "Between stimulus and response, there is a space. And in that space lies our power to choose. And in our choice lies our growth and our freedom. Between stimulus and response, there's a space. And in that space lies our power to choose. And in our choice lies our growth and our freedom." Being responsive, having the ability to respond accordingly is one of the lovely things that I really enjoy from my practice of yoga and meditation, to be able to respond accordingly without overreacting. As you're ready, begin to gently deepen your breath. Open and close your jaws. Turn your head side to side. And then draw one knee to your chest and then the other knee to your chest. And as you rock a little bit side to side, notice which nostril you're breathing out of a little bit easier. Just roll over to that side. Pause for a moment. Always allowing ourselves to pause. And then pressing yourself to a comfortable seat. And as you bring your hands to your heart center, bow to yourself for creating this time and space to take care of yourself. Your commitment and your dedication to your care, to your self-care, is totally commendable, always inspiring. Thank you so much for allowing me to share this practice with you. So happy to see your face, your happy and healthy face. Have a beautiful weekend.
You too.
Thank you. I think Jim was with us for a little